Hello, everybody. Just taking a minute to let everybody come in. And then I'll give some updates on what's been going on. Yeah, hang on a minute. Hang on. Okay, anyway. How goes it, everybody? I had my meeting with my surgeon today. Like, my hair is a mess. I did not realize that. I still have not taken my thing back in. Ow, don't drink. Anyway, so we met with my surgeon today to kind of go over what we were thinking of doing with the issues I've had with my feeding tube the last month or so. Because IR keeps telling him, hey, you need to move the tube, it needs a new site, all this stuff. But turns out I am not going to be having surgery at this time, which I am 100% okay with. Um, I really didn't want to have surgery. But they want to work on my IR team. By the way, IR means interventional radiology. But they want to work with I'm trying to braid my hair. And getting the strands even is nearly impossible and annoying, but that's okay. Okay. There we go. That's not done well, but well, I don't really care. Um, where's my spray bottle? It's so hard to braid when it's dry. Where did I put my spray bottle? I have no clue. Oh, oh well. Um, so yeah, we are holding off on surgery for now, which I am happy. But we're gonna try to get IR to be a little more consistent with some things. They've, they always do a surgical report that is way uneven braid. Oh well. And or not a surgical because it's not technically surgery, but they do the report after they do my thing. And when my surgeon's office was talking to them, they're kind of inconsistent about what they do. Meaning we're talking mostly with like internally with the tube. So basically, with the feeding tube, there is a tube with a balloon um, on the inside, and we fill it through here. I'll show you in just a second. We fill it through this little thing right here. You put a syringe in, you put water in, and that fills up a balloon internally. That drain in my drain. There we go. Not what I wanted to do, but that holds it in. For me, that balloon is getting buried in my muscle, where it should not be. So they've been, there's times where they fill it to 5 milliliters. There's times where they filled it 7. They filled it to 10 last time. But with J tubes, you have to be really careful because if you overfill it, it causes an intestinal blockage. And So they want IR to be a little bit more consistent with what they're doing, making sure they're putting in the amount they put in, making sure they write that down so we know that every time they're doing the same thing. For now, we're going to try that. We're going to try to figure out if I can kind of stabilize it a little bit externally. Normally people would tape it to their body to keep it from moving much, and I can't do that because I'm pretty severely allergic to almost every adhesive. So that's not really an option for me. But we're going to try to see if I can work on a way to stabilize it a little bit better. I'm not looking forward to that because it's kind of a sensory issue, but oh well, it is what it is. Where did I just put my leap? There it is. Um, so yeah, for now we're not doing surgery. I wasn't looking forward to, because Chloe's moving next week. Um, and I was not looking forward to, hey, welcome back to the States. By the way, I'm having surgery. Wasn't looking forward to dealing with that within the first few weeks of them being here. But such is life if it had to happen. But we're really happy that it does not have to happen at all right now. Now, obviously, we will revisit that here if we continue to have problems. But right now, currently the tube is doing okay. Um, it's further out than it normally is, but I'm also dealing with a lot of fat redistribution and muscle building and stuff because of the testosterone. So that could just be that part of my stomach has just lost some weight in the volume. Mind you, I'm kind of gaining weight right now, but I'm not getting bigger. So it's really weird. It's throwing me off a little bit, but you know, gaining but not getting bigger type of deal. So yeah, um, that's kind of where we're at. I saw my allergist today. I don't remember if I streamed for this, but I think I did. I had the allergic reaction to the shot the last week or whatever it was, and I met with my doctor about that today. Um, and she did confirm that we will be discontinuing that medication because she said the actual like anaphylactic reactions to this medication are really rare. Now, I don't know if that's actually all that accurate because a lot of the people I know from my groups who are on it have not reported the have not reported their necessarily reported their reactions to the people that give the data. Um, but it's also mine was anaphylactic. We had three different systems involved. Um, we had itching, we had nausea, we had dizziness, and then we had my throat. So she said, based on the fact that mine was technically actually anaphylactic, she feels it would be dangerous to pursue doing this further, even like pre-medicating and then trying again. She doesn't want to do. So we are going to switch up my medication regimen a little bit, see if we can kind of control the itching and the flushing and stuff a little bit more. But we shall see. Um, yeah, so I am very happy that I don't have to go out surgery. Hilo, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but yeah. So that's kind of what's up. Today was in a way rough, but in a way good. Um, all of my appointments today. My first appointment was a telehealth. That one was delayed by an hour because there was a fire alarm in the building and they had to evacuate and get it all cleared and get back in. So it ended up she just called me on the phone. She's like, "We'll just do it this way." And then my second appointment, we went to get blood drawn because my primary doctor last week wanted to run a bunch of blood work to check like nutrition. Um, some of those are coming back. I am anemic. My iron is low. So we have to figure that out a little bit. Like it's pretty low. I don't know how you deal with that as far as with a feeding tube and all that, but I'm sure we'll figure that out. So far everything else is looking pretty good. She hasn't gotten everything in yet, but the ones I have seen, they look fairly good, which I'm glad about. Um, she has I haven't seen any of the nutrition ones yet, like not the nutrition, but like the metabolic panels and stuff. So I don't know how that's doing. But anyway, so we had to go do blood work. We have to go do it at my hospital because sorry, there's something on the roof of my mouth. Um, we have to draw from my port, so um, they have to go get the IV team and all that jazz. But it's really nice because they don't have to search for a vein. I don't have to get poked again. So it's really nice that we can do that. It just kind of is a hassle when we have to go almost an hour away. Nope, we don't do bedtime oxygen at home. Um, we haven't really addressed the sleep apnea much right now. We might at some point. If we don't see my sleeping getting better after Chloe moves in, um, or if we notice like I'm still really not doing well, even if I'm getting a lot of sleep, then we'll go that route. But I'm not gonna throw oxygen on right now. I mean, it's in the hospital. They kind of over panic about it. Um, but we'll see what they do. I'd rather not do oxygen at night if I don't have to, especially because I have to do humidified oxygen because my nose dries out too bad, and then I get bloody noses, which is not good. So, but yeah, things are going well. Today was, like I said, was rough. I ended up just massively overstimulated by the end of the day. And unfortunately, Little Side kind of got a bit of the brunt of that. And like he just came home. When we came home, we had a snack, we chilled, and talked with my partner and everything for a little while. And then he just hit a wall, and he was done. And he just fussed and fussed and fussed until we finally got like a bottle and went to bed. Um, but it took a while to get to that point. But I don't know. It was kind of stressful not knowing what we were gonna do. There was a lot of anxiety and anticipation leading up to this appointment today because I was pretty sure we're going to go have surgery here in the next couple of weeks. So I was really nervous about that, but we're not for now. Um, so yeah, but yeah, that's what's up. So I'm not gonna stay on long tonight. I'm gonna probably go play some Minecraft and chill for a little while. Um, I took a nap, a very very long nap. I woke up like a little under an hour ago, or no, about an hour ago. So I'm going to be up late, which is okay for me, because my friends that I play with are from Australia, and it's still midday for them, you know. But I'm totally okay with staying up for now. I know that in about a week that's going to change. So, oh, today my stomach behaved. What I'm noticing a lot is that um as far as the incontinence goes, I noticed that like I wet a lot at night. I wake up in the morning. I usually am either messy or will be messy within the first like hour or two. This morning I was messy. I changed my diaper and I still haven't pooped. What happens normally, what I'm starting to see the pattern of, is a little bit more of that, like noon to 4 is either really chill bowel or it's crazy. But most of the time it's actually fairly chill because I don't really eat much during the early hours of the day. Mostly I grab a cup of coffee and then I don't eat food till like 4 or 5 o'clock at night. And that's when everything kicks into gear. So thankfully that meant that I didn't mess myself today. I was worried when it hit that 4 o'clock mark at my appointment because my appointment was at 2:20. We didn't see the doctor till after 4. So I was nervous for sure because that's usually when things start moving. But I think because I A wasn't walking around, I was in my wheelchair for this, and B, I hadn't really eaten. I had had a very slow coffee over the course of the entire day from Dunkin' and a single donut. So that wasn't really enough to trigger my body into digestion mode. Um, I find it hilarious that I can eat food orally and it triggers the rest of my body to digest and to work and to function, but my stomach doesn't function. I still like I don't understand it. But thankfully it behaved today. I know at some point we're gonna luck out and end up, I don't know if luck out's the right word, but we're gonna end up with a mess. I know that much. I'm just glad it hasn't happened before my partner's here at this point. I don't have any other appointments this week, so any outings will be like to the grocery store and stuff. And usually we can do those after a poopy diaper and stuff like that. So yeah. But all in all, we're doing okay. And I'm really, really glad I didn't have surgery. Oh, today is 9 weeks on testosterone. I want to kind of go back and look. I have to go find the video that I posted when I started testosterone. Yeah, that's what I meant. Luck run out. Yep. But I want to go find the video when I did a voice recording right before I did my first testosterone shot. I hear thunder. Fuck. Um, but I know that my voice has dropped quite a bit. This last week, even I've had my voice has dropped a lot. Um, well, not a lot, but it's dropped more consistently where I'm staying in the lower range of things. So that makes me really excited. Um, I'm still dealing with the is this my voice or is this allergies causing it? But yeah, 9 weeks on testosterone today. So I did my 10th shot today. Um, yeah, and it's going really well. No bad side effects or anything. People keep asking if the testosterone is the cause for the bowel incontinence, and the answer to that is no. I think there's a few things going on with that. Mainly, yeah, I'm not having as much. I don't feel the bowel movement, like the not the pooping itself. I'm not talking about that right now. Yes, I don't feel that until it's happening. But I used to have the most gurgly stomach ever. Like you could audibly hear it all the time. Um, but now, like if I had to poop, it would get really gurgly, like right before as the gas and stuff moves around. Now that doesn't really happen. So it gurgles a little bit, but not noticeably enough that it's like, oh, that's a I have to poop signal. And obviously, I'm not feeling the actual need to poop really. Now, is it twofold a little bit? Possibly. Um, because this has also happened a little bit more as we are figuring out the little side slash alter thing. We're not sure what it is, but there's possibility that with the baby being kind of more acknowledged and in control, that like letting it be around more without the big side of me being around might be leaning toward it. But the thing is, I've also like had accidents when he wasn't out, so it's hard to say whether it's that or not. I don't think so because I really just am not feeling the need to go. Like normally I would feel it like instantly as soon as I need to go. It'd be like get up and go. But I think as time has gone on, that has lessened a lot, and I think that also with the gastroparesis and things motility wise changing, that's kind of what's causing it. But I definitely don't think it's testosterone or medication related in any way. So yeah, but yeah, that's kind of what's up. My cat is over here sleeping. We've had it's been a week with my cat. One of my cats. Like Simon is great. Simon's always good. He's such a good boy. He's so sweet with me. He's not as fond of the other people as you all know. He's a very very one person cat. He does like my partner, or did at least. We'll see how that carries over once they move here. But given that they're around me all the time, they're very chill. They love cats. They're in bed with me a lot. Simon just kind of gravitates toward that. He has no problem as much with Chloe because I'm right there. But he definitely still doesn't like my one roommate. But anyway, that's not the point. Leo, on the other hand, Leo is just. I do not know what has gotten into them this week. He has been. I think we figured out the problem, but he's been peeing in the house. Specifically on my clothing. So I think we have a little bit of a twofold problem with him is that he is adjusting to the change in me that testosterone is bringing. I smell different, I have different pheromones going out. Things are changing that way physically for me. So I think he's sensing that. But I also, yesterday, there's a thunderstorm rolling in. That's not great because my little guy is very, very scared, which is, hang on, remind me to talk about that in a minute. But he's been peeing on shit. So normally he's been really good. His one habit that he had is if there is a towel or something on the floor in front of the bathtub, he will pee on that. No matter what, he will pee on it. That's been since I've had him. So I make sure not to leave anything down. Every now and then he would get up on the counter and pee on a towel or a clothing up there, but it's always been only things in the bathroom. Till like this week, he peed on the dog bed. Hannah found a blanket he had peed on the couch, which meant the couch had gotten it too. He peed on my favorite pair of pants twice this week, and then something else he peed on. But he's been peeing on shit. As of today, with the change in the litter, I went back to his old litter. I had changed his litter about a month ago, and quite honestly, he may have started peeing long ago. We just didn't really notice it because it's not been on my stuffs per se. But as of today, so far, I have not seen him pee on anything. Now, it could be that he did it, but I think we are dealing with a little bit of territory marking and a litter problem. He didn't like the litter. But it's also possible that there's a cat that's kind of been roaming around our house at night and like he's marking because of that. Can you guys hear that? Can you hear the rumble? I don't think it comes unless I'm talking. But yeah, so anyway, the funny thing I was saying about the thunderstorms is you'd think that with the little guy being scared of thunderstorms that he would just stay in the headspace, let me deal with it. But that's not what happens. Nope, that's not what happens. It actually triggers him to come out because he wants the comfort from the partner. So it literally triggers him to come out, which is really funny if partner is not around, as far as like online at this point, obviously. But if my partner's not around, he still comes out, and it's like that's not very great because then he just gets scared and cries, and it's like you could have just stayed internally and not had to deal with that. But no, I find it interesting what kind of triggers him out. Um, but thunderstorms has always been a trigger for regression slash alter, whatever it is. We don't know yet. Um, right now we're still referring to it as if it kind of we're referring to it right now as a separate entity or personality. Just because it's leaning more like that's what it is. So we'll see. But it's find it really funny. Hang on, my G2 is killing me right now because I just ate food. But it's just kind of funny that it triggers him to come out instead of staying where he's safe. And yeah, yes, I am drinking coffee at 11:30 at night because I don't really absorb it. It's just a taste thing. And it's not warm anymore, but drinking something hot helps the food to drain better. It breaks it down a little bit better. So yeah, that's what's up. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and head off and play some Minecraft for a little bit or watch some TV. I'm not sure which one yet. I've got a couple YouTube things I want to catch up on. I really need to film some reviews this week. I've got Tiny Moles to do. I've got I don't think I've done Potty Monsters yet. So it is caffeinated. Um, you guys are, by the way, with this one, you guys are slightly behind what I'm seeing or what I'm saying, but it is caffeinated. I do not absorb caffeine currently because everything I drink gets drained. I might get a little bit of it, but not much. So I get to enjoy the coffee. Like for example, I drank a coffee all day long from Dunkin'. I had a large iced coffee, and I drank that thing from 10 noon about till about 5 o'clock, and then I came home and zonked out. But don't forget your binky if you wish. The little guy never forgets a binky. He's so attached to the binky that he will shove me aside to go have a binky. but but yeah. So I think the rain's coming. I need to close my window. But anyway, I'm off. I will see you guys. I may stream later while I clean. We had a little bit of a snafu with Andrew getting the air conditioning set up upstairs because upstairs, even though we have central air, it doesn't work upstairs very well. So they have standing units in their room, and he was a ding dong and did not set it up to collect the condensation. So all the condensation wound up in the floor, which is the ceiling to my room. And I was sitting here yesterday just minding my own business in the morning, and all of a sudden a giant piece of paint, and we have the textured ceiling, so a giant piece of paint just fell down. And I look up and I'm like, oh shit. I called Hannah immediately. This was 8 o'clock in the morning, guys. I called Hannah. I'm like, you need to shut your AC off now. It's leaking everywhere. And she's like, it can't, like, it doesn't do that. Like, there's two modes. There's one that will cause condensation and you have to collect it, and there's another one that's like drying and stuff. And that one, she's like, I'm gonna have it on the one that doesn't cause condensation. She's like, I've never had it set up with condensation, and that's not the case. I knew she was kind of being duh, but um, yes, cottage cheese. Yeah. But because I know the way air conditioning works, there is condensation that will happen. It's just that she's never had enough to have it do what it did, except for once before. We did have this last year where it came through my ceiling. So now Andrew has to repair it from up above and from down here on my ceiling. So yeah, that threw in a wrench in my plan because I was planning on sewing and everything this week, and until he kind of fixes it over there, I really can't. I mean, I technically could, but he has a mess that he has to clean up from peeling the. He peeled the paint back to see how much of a spot, and it's really only like it's like an 18-inch circle type of deal. Um, so, oof, lightning. Um, but he has to repair that, and that's right above my sewing machine. I'm not happy, and it's not great for my muscle either. So yeah. All right, guys. This time I really am gonna go. I gotta go shut that window because it's now raining and thundering. So I gotta fix that. But I will be around in the next couple days, hopefully.